Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Bounty event. Today we have Zhou Yu and his team of top zombie players to challenge White Cat in the Bounty of Battle 3. We'll see how this team of Marine with sophisticated zombie background will fare today against the notorious Cat. Starting out, Cat is going for an aberration spawn on the east bridge, and is now rallying all the horde on the east bridge with more men trying to deny Korea from closing up the gate. However, with some unlucky zombie spawn, Korea was able to close the gate anyway. Seeing this, Cat immediately decided to take the other two directions instead of wasting time at the gate side. A creep tower being made, this will force the gates clear. Zhou Yu now has to return to Alpha mining to push the sword in order to avoid being harassed by the creep tower. In the north, we have Kruger on shotgun and the PPAP going for a greedy opener with T2 Mule. As Zhou Yu relocated to push the sword, luckily closed the door behind him. This zombie's harassment will not be successful in taking this room. Aberration hatched upon seeing Korea using plasma, decided to push on Kruger, the sole player up. PPAP now going for a rocket play, but with only T1 rocket making this push on all the FPC quite dangerous for the Marine. It is possible if the Horde was able to connect well with the operation here, that they will not be able to hold and the zombie could possibly take the entire altar FPC. Kruger now with T2 shotgun is doing great mining. Very close up shooting, very risky, taking one shot, but has already cleaned up the shell of the zombie. As I was saying, if the Horde was able to successfully connect with the aberration, they would be able to penetrate this entire area because this rocket series being greedy has not been able to do any damage in this encounter. Nevertheless, because Cat is using this no rally tactics, that particular moment just bite her in the back, super lightning. Now Cat is stuck with only two of them, one Alter Gate and the other one Alter FPC. This is not ideal because anywhere Cat pushes, the zombie will have to be reinforced from a rather far away distance, either gate or FPC. Currently, the push is on our side, and the Cat is making her 1-1-1 opener. That is going to be the Hunter and Overseer. The Hunter will be useful in denying any creep aggression by the Marine players, and the Overseer will clean up the vision draw. Now, her attention turns back to East Bridge. Once this Hunter comes out, again, if the Horde was able to connect well with the aberration and its powerful push, they should be able to do a lot of damage. While we are now sending Super Steam into the aberration, emptying its shell. In this room, you have Julia the T1 rocket. This is very weak against the aberration, but somehow because the shell has already been chipped away by Korea using Super Steam, and the Horde is not connecting at all. Cat has to force a retreat on Cat. This is a huge win for Marine side keeping this room alive, even though Cat already committed everything on this room. While this was going on, the spawn from Alter Gate was sent to power, but no effect. This rocket there was holding all with ease. A spinner attack here on the plasma should be able to clean up this room with the remaining security guard. And instead of looting this aberration, Cat did repeat the aberration case side. I should point out that it is indeed a problematic thing, for example, take Alter Gate while pushing the rest of it, because this room will spawn particularly a lot of zombies, and it would make it hard for the Horde to connect with the Aberration to make their push effective. Right now, the Hunter is used off-grid. That is not exactly how you would like to use the Hunter, but because there's not much happening everywhere else, Hunter is used to denying those rocket players from shooting the Aberration per se, taking a bit of damage. Interesting enough, the choice on making Sunken, that is a lot of gas committed on this Sunken, only to take some damage. Unlike Aberration or Hunter, Sunken does not recover health very quickly. A Splinter Force is sent to the fire battle only drop off support. If unattended, they will kill the shooting. However, because Vision Droid and Master Agent is already at the ready, the Shotgun Kruger will be in time to stop the push. At this time, it is possible Kruger has already gotten, yes, he has already gotten a Super Steam, even if there's an Aberration, he will not stop this. PvP here doing a good job evading the other trap set by a cat. This drop on the bridge company will take out some of the brain, but obviously not today. Right now it's a good time to take a look at what the brain players are having. You have Miz going for a rocket, you have Kruger on shotgun, and Zoe on tank with the sensor. So this is going to be an R2 tank focused on the structure and doing with the minus damage with the sensor. What Cat has not scouted is this arc there. Typically, if you're playing Arc, the default is you're gonna be spawning Alpha, you wanna fortify Alpha, and so this is Alpha arc. It is uncommon to have a Delta arc. So this definitely will play as a strategic surprise for Cat to realize later in game that there is indeed a very greedy arc. When for acceleration drone and combat suit. Now let's turn our attention on the power push. This is an even game. Once the Super Steam expires, it should be able to but okay. I think that was a mistake. She did commit Hunter too early. That was before the creep was able to be released. If the creep was released later, earlier, and the Hunter was, would have been able to do damage, but just now, the Hunter was just using all of his health, making the push, the time that was bought by the running out the Super Steam, being effective. Now, because of Aquila got out of position, and we have Kruger just taking care of the room in the fire bat, and everybody's now effecting their mining from FTC and from, I believe they have already also effected the mining from Power to Delta. They are moving to the arc. So Zombie was able to take out the FTC, and if there's only one player, Kruger, defending this room, once the Super Steam expires, Cat should be able to take FTC at a rather early time. What this means is it's gonna be a rather long game on that score. Cat unfortunately evenly died. Kruger there running very close to getting caught there. Still, Cat is patiently waiting for Super Steam to expire. Once it's done, there will be no stalling her from getting the E-Rap with the Aberration and the remaining of the war. Drop-off is slightly later than usual, because if she was playing with a better micro today, perhaps she would have been able to drop this path and denying Kruger from escaping, but Kruger escaped without escape. Looking at the map, we have Cat already gotten FBC, is a great position to be in as the zombie players. You have the altar room, so you have a room that is leading into Delta, so Cat should really try to deny this side from getting up with is both an aberration and the hunter. It should not be an issue. Once the situation stabilizes, can also take out both power and gate. Those are already cut off. Because of the presence of hunter, the Marine team should not venture too far or quickly rotate, because it would end up getting very low crit, and cat can in fact deny those rotation and kill off those isolated regions. A backdoor is being made, but we're not seeing any teleportation right now, and this backdoor has already been spotted by our PS Vision Droid. So as I was saying, she does in fact commit the aberration to snipe their side, just one shot away from successfully hitting it. Zhou Yuan will be both being there, not even releasing super speed. It's gonna be a huge win for Marine if they are able to secure this room. Because on the Marine side, even though it is unknown to Cat at the moment, that they are playing in fact a Delta 4 part. Cat so far has not been gathering the intelligence needed to realize they are going for a Delta play, not an Alpha play. I think the last two bounty even has sort of impressed Cat the idea that the Marine team is always going for Alpha Hangar, but apparently it is not the case this game. Now she's following up the strategy that was within her choice. That is, she can kill off those connecting room, and then she can now take whatever she wants that is being isolated. That is the gate side and the power. She lost yet another aberration. I think for Micro this game might have been simulated, because you would like to retreat against that super plasma and drop a card to deny it from hitting it outright. We're not saying this hunter accomplishing much, besides maybe taking technical damage, but that's not really what hunter is being used for. Gate is now taken, and she's ready to take out her slice of the cake on power. PPAP TP rocket, very rich, I would say, very good economic. Right? We have both the mini droid and a force field ready, trying to delay as much as possible. No other Marine will be able to rotate through here because all the rest of the map they are on the grid, and with the hunter on the map, the Marine team will not go for that power, so the loss of power is imminent. PBAP will be here to witness the loss of power, but I don't think PBAP will be able to delay out too much. The choice of two Sunken is probably questionable, because Cat may have been able to take this room quicker if she were to treat those two Sunken to, say, an aberration or an abomination. But right now, the Sunken is still doing the necessary damage to kill the and still the North laser stands. PBAP, upon losing power now, going to back to the Delta Fortress. The Marine is in a strong position to reinforce both Delta and Alpha. Should they side back a Viking room, they will be secure. They will be able to secure both Alpha and Delta hangar for a possible exit plan. Right now, the zombie player is taking a little bit of a break, upgrading Overseer to cloaked version so that a more successful backdoor will be attempted. I think it is more important for the zombie player to put on the aggression trying to take Room, but she always needs to have time to prepare. And this is time for her to get enough gas and upgrade her Alpha. Now she just deleted the whole core. It is possible that she wants to be released tonight soon. Zhou here doing great job. killing those crypt tower, denying them from extending with the Nidus within both Alpha Room or Delta. Because the Delta Fortress has not been scouted by the zombie player, I think the main emphasis of the zombie push is still going to be in the Alpha Room. It is not ideal, because the sooner you realize that the Marine are going for a Delta Fortress, the better. Now it's probably a little bit too late already, because as you can see, every single room here has already been signed by the very greedy Arc player Monster H. Just look at how beefy every single unit, the security, that is tons of security guard, a lot of push is ineffective. A push on the switch was a happening is not going to happen. Zombie rotation is rather too slow than the speed that they are being killed, making any push ineffective. What the zombie player needs right now is probably more coordinated attack than just trying to overwhelm the Marine players. Notice the Marine player has one shotgun, two rocket and a plasma, and an arc and a tank, making them rather weak against a strong string type attack. Now Cat is still stuck in the idea of trying to wait a night into Alpha, dropping that crypt tower slightly in the back. Cat has already gotten the gate. Just then, if she were able to close the gate, she might be able to get Zoe the tank player, but she just chose to drop out. That's a little bit too slow, and she just decided to drop immediately. It's just not going to risk getting locked outside the room. Very well played. The other Splinter attack is not going to accomplish much, just a 4 at this rate. When the rockets and plasma has already gotten steam, they're just not gonna be enough to outpower Marine players. Crypt Tower was used to gain momentum and speed for the Predator to launch an attack, but only to take damage, not able to really do killing any of the Marine players. The Marine has a very good vision in Delta region, patrolling all the possible backdoor, with the exception of the security backdoor. If Cat was able to secure a security backdoor, it would be very successful. We'll keep a tab on. Okay, what we just missed a little bit was the Abomination display and push on Beta, but it was very unsuccessful. This should not happen, because if you push an Abomination into Beta with some port, a simple steam rocket should not be able to do enough damage such as you hit it. Now Cat is in a bit of disarray, in a panic mode. She sent Predator to Beta Hangar as well. The teleport rocket this time around does in fact for the Marine team a lot of time occupying the zombie port after Beta. Meanwhile, the Beta is leaving. She took the opportunity to kill the Geyser, denying more gas. It's probably one last couple 10 minutes later. This is a very risky move. If there were to be any of those tossing near the vent, if Cat had dropped them, Cat would have been able to kill the Super Shotgun. So with Viking down, the Marine player now is forced to have a Delta Fortress. In Cat's mind, she doesn't know there is an Arc player, so she expects to see a rather undefended Delta region, because all the other players are busy defending. Nevertheless, what she will realize later is the Delta region is entirely fortified. You have Arc, you have acceleration draw everywhere, you have children on the side, so it's not going to be as simple as walking some overseer there and killing them all. So Beta will fail, and soon enough, I think the fight player is just not going to make a risky move in killing this barrel. It is quite clear that the Marine player are going for a Delta Fortress all in. It is dangerous, right? Cat still has not been able to identify if the threat is really coming from the Arc. If they have an Arc player, you really want to know where the Arc is and try to deny them mining as soon as possible. Now with those acceleration joy everywhere, the rotation within Delta Fortress is going to be very fast. I want to take this time to think about, like, between Alpha and Delta Hangar, which one is better and why people often go to Alpha Hangar. A main reason is Delta Hangar snowball, right? Delta Hangar has its advantage. If you look at Alpha, Alpha is quite big, but Delta is pretty small, so you have a lot of room, but it's quite small. Making Marine rotate very simple, right? Especially if you still hold the Ultra Canteen room. This room is very fortified, you have 3 heavy terrain, a lot of security guard, so simple Marine zombie push will not be successful. Cat has not been using her aberration very well this game, just getting a lot of disconnection between Horde and the Alpha, making the Rocket player always taking the opportunity to kill off this aberration and then just deny those T1 pushes. If she has to rely on Predator to make the push, it's going to be very tricky, right? Because they have a tank player, and this tank player is focused, is relentless on killing those Crypt Tower. If those Crypt Tower keep falling, this Predator is not going to do anything. It's not going to be able to do anything, offensively speaking. This is exactly what I'm talking about, right? Cat, now knowing that the Marine is going for Delta play, still committing entirely on the push of Alpha, right? Committing entirely, dropping an uncrypt with an item. Just really want to get rid of the tank. Granted, this will be successfully taking the room, but that's enough in really eliminating the escape plan for the Marine player. The answer is probably no. A small detail in the micro what we can see here is Cat was pushing the Predator into this room, hoping this room would become a chicken state, so it would become suddenly uncrypt. Then the Cat would be able to use the Predator to probably kill a couple of Marine there. What happened was one of those Marine players was pushing security guard as they retreat, so this room only becomes uncrypt when the Marines are already outside, making this uncrypt attack from the Predator not available. We still have yet to see any push on Delta. This entire region has been uncurved, unskipped. It's not a good news. So Zoe there was trapped by the door closed. Very close. I think when I was watching live, Zoe did perform a rocket booster trying to attack, but was cut in the middle. Just cut it right at the gate to stop. Not able to get out the door. Cougar there releasing super speed. If he were to stay a bit longer, maybe the gate close will be used yet again. Right now, the push on security looks quite scary, but with a lot of security guard inside, the Marine are in a very fortified position trying to hold this room. Backdoor has been attempted several times, but every single one of them have been shut down by the Vision Droid. So even though backdoor can be effective, it can only come as a surprise. When the Marines prepare for it, backdooring it is quite difficult to get put to be successful. What the zombie player needs right now is a big push on the alt count. If they are able to secure the alt count, it would be able to isolate the containment. One thing I was not able to finish the thought is, why people go to Alpha Fortress instead of Delta, right? I want to follow up on that thought. The main reason is containment. Alter count is not a room that is easy to hold. In most games, this room can be gotten very quickly. Even right now, Dumpy could focusing a lot on this room and position to get it. Just commit the abomination, committing the main core, committing the drop, or just ready to take this room. Worst come to it, make a great Nidus in this room, not in the tank room. If she were able to have this room, then containment is absolutely open as a buffet for her. Once containment is gone, there's no recovery of this gas. There's no sighing. There's no way you can recover gas if containment is lost. Especially when the containment is low, you have all the Devour, you have all the Queen, and they're gonna come in and take another room at least, right? If lucky, they might be able to kill some Marine, and they're gonna probably kill off 2 room, and that's entire Delta Fortress gone right there. But that will not be happening for Alpha, which makes it a much more stable, safer option. At least to mention that the Alpha hangar is considered one of the most defendable hangar with only 1 choke point, and Delta having 2. Now Cat pushing into Delta region with only 6 minutes. Down on the counter of the hangar already open. She went for an ult. I think she went for power ult, and we see all the all draining energy. Would she go for power ult if she knew there's arc there? Probably not. You don't want to go power ult against an arc there, because arc there can always be charging the server anyway. So somehow the Marine team was able to do a strategic thing, right? This is uncommon, right? Most of the time we talk about Marine play, we're talking about micro skill, you're talking about those combination, combo, you talk about shorty tank, you talk about those gimmicks. You don't talk about mind game, right? But in this game, what we see is a mind game being played. The Marine team, they are hiding their arc in Delta, and Zombie doesn't know it. Now we see this Winter Knight is got security with the Splinter in the containment back door. If she were able to secure containment, there's still a game to be played. Even if there's 4 minutes, it is still possible that the Queen can move on so fast that they're gonna end up in Delta. Remember, there's only 1 hangar remain, so this Marine rotation will be taken. So what we observe is the cat here on Arc is stuck in the bush here with the Looper ready to deny the Apparition advance and the Predator advance. And the other players already, already rotated to containment. They did not all over rotate. One of the reasons Cat goes back or drop out, especially when she's doing Greater, is because she's counting on Marine to over rotate. Oh, there's a Greater Nidus, I better send everybody there. No, that is not the case. If you are a rocket player, if you are not somebody who's very good at dealing with this war like a tank, you should be standing at a position in which you expect a Splinter attack to happen, because you can kill off those creep, you can kill off those Nidus, equivalently denying a push. Now, because Cat doesn't have containment, there's still a good amount of security guard remain. The front portion has a lot of guys there. Cat's in a horrible position to blame Delta Hammer, and she's gonna be a huge surprise as she realizes my power ultimate is not gonna do anything in this game, because they have a whole bunch of recharge and they're building. They still went for I want to say 12 heavy turret. At this point, the zombie rally is going so slow that they are not gonna miss the speed at which the attack is being killed, right? Okay, another attempt on containment right now. This is still the key, ready to get the Queen out. Because once the Queen out, it is still possible to send all the Devour to snipe the control panel. But I would say it's probably a very unlikely, right? There are so many heavy turrets. You would have to be so lucky to be able to snipe. At this time, I think with this mind game being played, the Marine team has to easily score a victory. I'm pretty sure Cat doesn't know the existence of the arc there. Should she knew it, she would never go for a power out, right? But this is what exactly was saying. The power out being used, what she could have done differently. She should have probably went for drop top, gate top. If there are so many drop top that is really going to help taking out this lab, denying the gas, and most importantly, at the timer started, maybe 1 minute after it, secure containment. That is going to be crucial in possibly denying this Delta Fortress, is to exploit the weakness of this fortress. It is its containment play. Alright, very well done. Surprising. You have Delta Fortress winning cat in the first game with full retreat. Everybody has it. Full evacuation, very successful. Well played. Let's go on to the next game.